Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin is now trading almost exactly at our major golden pocket support, and that's why try to not get tricked because it might be another trap. Let me show you. First, you're going to see that Bitcoin already yesterday hit our golden pocket almost to the exact dollar accuracy. Not only that, after a few hours, we got another push towards the downside, taking the liquidity below our recent low, hitting also our very important anchored VWAP in a combination with the golden pocket, and Bitcoin got a beautiful bounce back towards the upside of approximately 2.55%. Now, of course, if you are in my free VIP Discord server, you definitely know that I posted a very interesting trading setup right here, where I said, not saying this will play out, but the risk to reward ratio is very nice. I shared a very important trade right here because usually we want to enter at a very important key level after a successful liquidity grab, and this is exactly what we got yesterday. Another push down, took the liquidity below the recent low directly into an important area of support, and we got a beautiful bounce back towards the upside right here. But also right now, when we zoom out, let's just say on the 4 hourly, let's just purely talk about our candlestick patterns. Right now on the 4 hourly time frame, if Bitcoin is going to be able to close our current 4 hourly candle, something like that, it is going to be another bullish Bitcoin indication. The 4 hourly candle right here is going to close in the next half an hour. So definitely when you watch this specific video, probably this specific candle is already closed. But what you're going to see, it is going to be a bullish candlestick pattern. It is going to be a bullish pin bar. Similarly, what we also got exactly right here. And this is definitely a bullish indication for Bitcoin. So ideally, we would like for BTC to simply continue higher, at least towards our next very important area of resistance. And then we are going to see, is this specific level going to get reclaimed? Is it going to be flipped into the area of support? And only then we can be looking for much higher price targets. Later in the video, I'm even going to share with you more trading setups where potentially you might even fire another long or buying position on Bitcoin, but at least as of right now, I do remain in my long trade on Bitcoin and also on XRP. However, because right now we are not able to reclaim a very important area of resistance, I am still in a short trade on Bitcoin and also on Ethereum. Again, later I want to share with you where you can be looking for another trade on BTC, but nevertheless, what is right now going to be a very important area of resistance you should really not ignore. Let's go right now and let's identify our previous lower highs, because what you're going to see right here, for the past few hours we have been forming a lot of lower highs exactly at the area of approximately 91,700 US dollars. You're going to see we have the first high right here for liquidity purposes, another high right here that it looks like it still has not been taken for another liquidity level, also right here another liquidity level, and also right here another liquidity level. So it really does look like we have not only one, not two, not three, but 4 liquidity levels exactly at 91,600 US dollars. Definitely a very important price target you should be paying attention to. And also right here, let's go with the anchored VWAP and let's anchor it exactly at the high. You can see the anchored VWAP is right now curving towards the upside and is probably going to align beautifully with our major liquidity cluster right here. And that is right now why, if Bitcoin right now does continue higher, starts going towards our liquidity level, this level is something you should really pay attention to if potentially you took this specific long trade I shared with you only a few hours ago. Because potentially at this specific area, we might be looking for some kind of a rejection back down, or simply, if reclaimed, happy days for Bitcoin, we are going to look for much higher targets. Why so? Because right now, what if we go also on the 4 hour time frame to measure the entire bottom price action with our volume? You're going to see value area high of the entire bottom price action coming in exactly here. So the rule is very simple. Above the value area high, we are more bullish, looking for higher targets, but only after it's potentially going to get reclaimed. That is right why I would really appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 1,000 likes are really possible. And of course, also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Right now, let's also talk about a bearish indication that we are right now unfortunately seeing on the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 2-week time frame. You can right now see bigger liquidations on Bitcoin, unfortunately, are not going to come in exactly above the recent highs, but they are going to be exactly below the recent lows. That being said, this specific liquidity cluster on Bitcoin is right now acting as a major magnet. So it is going to come in at approximately 86,700 US dollars. And trust me, this specific level is also really not a random level. Also right now, what if we are zooming in even more on the 1 week time frame? What you're right now going to see is also unfortunately not really bullish. Another liquidity level for BTC is going to be exactly below our recent low at approximately 89,200 US dollars. So I would actually say this specific liquidity level is still an okay one, simply because potentially, yes, we might get another push down, take the liquidity once again below the recent low, and only then do continue our way much higher towards our upper liquidity level of 91,500 US dollars. However, of course, if we are then going to go even lower towards our bigger liquidity cluster at approximately 86,700 US dollars, in my opinion, Bitcoin unfortunately is not going to look as bullish as it is right now. So let's try to see if potentially we are first going to get a push down and then get another liquidity grab before pushing higher, or simply if Bitcoin is right now already going to continue much higher towards the upside, at least towards the area of 91,600. But why ideally right now I'm telling to you I would like to see higher targets? Simply because pay attention right now to our CVD indicator towards this specific yellow line. The yellow line is showing to us if the brand new buying or selling pressure is coming in the market. And what you can right to see, higher low is being formed on Bitcoin, while on the CVD we are forming brand new lower lows. And this right here is going to be a bullish indication for Bitcoin because it is going to be bullish absorption, bullish divergence, and why ideally we are looking for at least slightly higher targets in the next couple of hours. Of course, again, I am not saying we need to continue higher. I'm right now just reading the data as objectively as possible. And the CVD indicator right here is definitely a bullish thing. Personally, as I already said before, I am right now still prepared for lower targets in case Bitcoin is going to dump even lower towards our lower liquidations cluster. But nevertheless, the plan on Bitcoin is staying once again very simple. Above our volume level, we can be more bullish, looking for much higher targets. Below the volume level, where we are as right now, potentially and unfortunately, we still need to be prepared for another push back towards downside. And remember what we said yesterday, what is going to be a very important support level in a case Bitcoin does continue lower. You can right here see, of course, again, our bigger liquidations cluster is going to come in at approximately 86,700 US dollars, but this right here is also some kind of an area you should be paying attention to because simply we do have our point of control almost exactly right here, and slightly higher, Bitcoin also does have the daily and also the weekly high-term time frame area of support. So definitely, even if we are going to go lower, Bitcoin does have beautiful support levels slightly below us. Unfortunately, of course, you might get stopped out of this specific long trade because, of course, if you have the stop loss exactly below the recent low, probably you're going to get stopped out of the long trade. But nevertheless, the risk to reward ratio of this specific trade, at least in my opinion, right now still looks very nice because what you're going to notice, approximately 5.55 risk to reward ratio is actually a fantastic one. That is right now why, if you want to trade with us, definitely take an advantage of the free bonus using the second link down below because B2X Exchange is right now with me having a very special campaign. After you register, no KYC and no VPN, and after you're going to deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus because right now we do have a Christmas special campaign that, at least as right now, it is still a valid one. Also, every time you hit a trading volume milestone, you can unlock a mystery box full of rewards, VIP cards up to VIP level 4, and also a brand new iPhone 17. So definitely take an advantage of the free rewards using the stack link down below after you register, after initial deposit, and simply start trading because you're going to get some beautiful rewards in the upcoming days. Also right now, what is going to be a bullish indication we are right now seeing on the exponential moving averages and also on the RSI and MACD indicator because what you're right now going to see. Remember from our yesterday's video, we already talked about that yes, Bitcoin right now does have a hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame on the RSI. higher lows are right now still being formed right here, lower lows on our RSI indicator, and this right here is clearly going to be a hidden bullish divergence, which definitely is going to be a bullish indication for Bitcoin. Additionally, let's go with our money flow and also MACD. We are still right now forming lower lows on MACD, higher lows on Bitcoin. This is another bullish indication, and the exact same thing is also happening right here on money flow. So ideally right now, I want to see higher targets on Bitcoin, not only because of the RSI, not only because of the money flow, not only because of the MACD, but also overall speaking, when we are talking about our exponential moving averages, clearly it does look like we are in an uptrend. Yes, 50 EMA is above 200 EMA. Unfortunately, those EMAs are not really far apart from each other, but nevertheless, at least they're right now saying to us we are in an uptrend on the 4-hourly and also on the 2-hour time frame. Yes, on the 1-hourly, they are coming very, very close, and potentially they might even cross back towards the upside, but nevertheless, overall speaking, right now we can definitely still say we are in an uptrend on the 1-hourly, 2-hourly, 4-hourly. We are forming bullish divergence on the CVD indicator. That being said, bullish absorption is right now definitely in play. And also, if you look like that, literally in the next 18 minutes, we are going to close our 4-hourly candle potentially as a bullish pin bar. Again, I am not saying we cannot continue lower, but the thing is, at least right now, we do have more bullish than bearish indications, and that is why definitely you should be aware towards our bigger liquidity level right here at approximately 91,700. And of course, if this specific level is going to get reclaimed, I'm then going to be paying attention towards our next major golden Fibonacci ratio at approximately 98 and 97,000 US dollars, because this specific area is also again not really a random level. As you probably know, it is going to align beautifully with our major liquidity level, also exactly above the recent highs at approximately 97,500. And of course, also when we are right now going on the daily time frame, measuring the entire upper price action with volume, point of control, the biggest volume cluster coming in exactly right here at our bigger golden Fibonacci ratio. So that is why right now, ideally, I would like to see higher targets, but of course, let's see if we are going to get a sign of strength, if Bitcoin, first of all, is going to be able to reclaim our upper volume area of resistance, literally exactly at our liquidity levels at approximately 91,700 US dollars. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free bonus using the second link down below. No KYC, no VPN, only after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus, but also every time you hit a trading volume milestone, you can unlock a brand new mystery box, VIP cards, and also a brand new iPhone 17 with the second link down below. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.